Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this week's Headmaster's blog. It's Friday, the 5th of March. The sun is shining here at school, here in sunny West Hill, Epsom, and our doors are ready to be thrown open to you boys early on Monday morning after the weekend. And we are looking forward with great joy to your arrival back in school. It just has not been the same here without you, although I have to say the 20-odd key workers have certainly enjoyed the extra space. We're all very much looking forward to being reunited, teachers, staff, and hopefully in time parents as well, back on site. And our immediate aim, after the successful lateral flow testing, of course, which takes place for secondary pupils starting on Monday and then Thursday and then the following Monday, is to have a really measured, safe and welcoming school environment to run through until the end of the term. And I think 3 weeks is a pretty optimum time for us to be able to achieve that. I know that there'll be some pupils that return with great gusto and exuberance. There'll be others that carry their own anxieties, some spoken and some not. And I really do think that we all have to dig deep. It's going to be an effort to do a full school day, especially to start with. But ultimately, we need to just recalibrate and allow the children to reintegrate back to the normality of school so that after the Easter holiday, we can have as much of a normal summer term as we possibly can. And that is absolutely the overarching aim. We all need to be increasingly patient and tolerant of one another. We have all seen enough of our own four walls. But clearly a return to school all at once does carry with it some degree of things that we need to mitigate, and therefore it's more important than ever that the values of the Kingswood House Way of respect, integrity and endeavour are really borne out by every single one of us. And we need to remember that the school is not just about us and what we want and looking through our own eyes. It's about the collective and looking after each other and treating one another as we would wish to be treated. And I am as confident as I can be that if those precepts are carried forward by everybody, then it will be a very successful reintroduction to school, just as it was throughout the autumn term. And certainly the watchword for our staff is kindness, compassion, understanding, but also on your part and for the children, there is obviously a line in the sand in terms of our expectations of work and behaviour. And gently, supportedly, we need to make sure that those are adhered to. This week's mentions in dispatches, lots to get through. Well done to Ted Ramsey for working very hard in school every day, to Jack Swallow, who created a lovely Valentine's card for the charity Age Concern, along with a number of other boys whom I'll read out. Ted Ramsey, again, was one of those. Kieran Pantlin for mathematics, Zachary Bland for the Operation Cupid Valentine's Day card, Hugo Hawksey, well done for working so well at school in the Key Worker Group, Hugo Hawksey, again, another nomination, Hugo, well done, and Torin for being involved in Operation Cupid, and Torin, again, for his maths work from Mrs. Marskell. Peter Summers, well done to you for being really hard-working and showing perseverance from Miss Forbes. Benji Adams has been nominated for his mathematics. Byron Miller for his excellent artwork from Mrs. Wraith. Nathaniel John was involved in Operation Cupid, and his Valentine's Day card was so beautiful that the daughter of the elderly couple who received it actually rang into LBC radio and praised Nathan personally. So well done, Nathaniel. And Sam Ferreira-Lay has been nominated for being really kind and punctual and speaking with Mrs. Seaver at the start of every day. Nathaniel as well. It's not been easy for them being stuck in the ICT suite all day, and they've taken the trouble to go and find Mrs. Seaver when she's been in school and chat with her, which she's really appreciated. Great to hear that Jason Shee is back in the UK. Mrs. Linney said he's had a safe passage home and he's really excited to be back in school. Well done to Izyan Siddiqui, who is working extremely well remotely from Pakistan and will no doubt continue to do so. And well done to Success from Madame Swift for all of your work over the last 6 weeks. She's been very impressed with you all. Mr. Mitchell is very pleased with the Year 6 geography projects. And Ibrahim Mohammed in Year 7 has been nominated by Mr. Barrett for upholding the values of the Kingswood House Way. Avanish Gunjal for creating a Kahoot quiz for the rest of the class to use in their revision and then hosting it. To Ethan Carroll, Arlo Saywell and Connor Towers for their extension work on scientists from Miss Patel. Ethan Carroll was involved in Operation Cupid as well, and Ian Shafiq for continued extension work from Mr. Sukdeo. 7BL, Priyank Prasanth, well done for being very polite in form time. Jonathan Barnes being on time to every form period and showing a willingness to remind the form about the importance of being healthy after pupil briefing. Zach Moffat has shown really good endeavour with his French, and Josh Isles, well done for great contribution to all lessons and seemingly growing in self-assurance. Good to hear. Noah Seeger, well done, always contributing in lessons and tutor periods. A real example of considered confidence, as Miss Patel. Enzo Reid and Joe Huang for good work in science. Mrs. Lindley would like to commend all of Year 7 who are taking a very studious approach to their maths work at the moment. Will Harverson and Noah Seeger were also involved in Operation Cupid and really got involved as older boys to help the younger ones deliver to local residents in Epsom and Ewell. And Joe Huang again, well done from Mr. Mitchell for helping his peers in enrichment class by sharing instructions on the screen. Into Year 8, Ollie Ward, well done for excellent online etiquette recently. Rory Slater, well done for prompt return of maths from Mrs. Lindley. James Carr and Alex Hill for their great scores in science assessments. Tommy Wood for a general improvement in science. And Daniel Pepper for asking very interesting, relevant questions in science about the world around him from Miss Patel. Lucas Cressy, really good confidence growth in your assessment scores in science. Benji Choi and Stuart Coleman likewise. Mr. Hendry would like to say well done to Zach Allibone for starting so well after half term and producing excellent work in art. Ollie Kennard, Joe Seeger and Will Hamilton have been nominated by Mr. March for their English work. Chris Hawksley for mathematics and Archie Eperon for being very helpful to a classmate who thought he had lost his geography assessment. Archie calmly talked him through the problem and the script was found. Mr. Mitchell was very impressed. Wadan Ismail Mohammed, who also remained calm when his and Mr. Mitchell's computer crashed at the same time. He was very patient and sensible. Well done. Theo Venzlar-Pelly has raised money for Kingston Church's Action on Homelessness. He took part, along with 41 others, who walked, ran and cycled 882 miles altogether to raise nearly £4,000 and made a real difference to the lives of people who are homeless. Mr. Twinley has noted, not all heroes wear capes. Well done, Theo, for taking part in that. Year 9, well done for Mr. Sukdeo for your adaptability with the remote exams over the last 2 weeks. Mr. Mitchell would also like to say well done for your efforts, particularly with the geography assessments and handing everything in very promptly. 10H, Mrs. Hornstead is very pleased with everything that you've done online, turning up on time, adapting and keeping your motivation. And Ollie Savage has definitely kept his motivation. He's also been understanding and empathetic in a recent email exchange, which is good to hear. And Eddie Fisher, Ryan Luneman and Joe Offen, always taking part in lessons, contributing sensibly, listening and following instructions. Well done, boys. Ali Dawson, an impressive effort in lessons despite grappling with some tech issues. In particular, well done for your application of volume of a cone and frustums. And as I said in assembly, Ali, you can drop by my office and explain what that means to me at some point next week. Josh Luneman, well done for your work in mathematics in the last 2 weeks. Max Mitchell-Nesbert started a difficult chemistry topic and he then made a help sheet so that if anyone else found it hard, they could follow his guidance. And I thought that was terrific to hear. Well done from Miss Black. Ed Bolton working really well on his HBQ project. He's comparing the COVID-19 pandemic with life during the Blitz, which is a really interesting analogy. Mr. Mitchell comments that he's got enough material to complete a master's degree on the subject, so I look forward to seeing that, Ed. Well done, Matty Hill, for 7 hard months of coursework for your DT, which is now coming to an end. To Matty Hill, again, and Arad for their contributions in English about poetry, and Ollie Phillips for his consistent work with mathematics. Mrs. Wraith would just like to say thank you to all of her Year 11 form for their good humour and laughter during the catch-up session at the end of the day. It's really been a breath of fresh air for her. Jazib Ahmed, in particular, has always been punctual and prompt to those sessions. And Toby Reed, well done for your contribution to the class about poetry. And Harry Griffiths deserves a really special mention. Harry has beaten off literally thousands of applicants to secure a place on the prestigious Mars Engineering Apprenticeship Scheme. Well done, Harry. We are all very proud of you. Hassan Jaffrey, Freddie Harrison, Theo Byrne and Harry again have worked very well on their GCSE geography coursework and made really significant progress at a crucial time, says Mr. Mitchell. Jack, Leonard and Siyun Lee are continuing to produce very high quality work, says Mr. Mitchell. And Michael Cleaver has actually exceeded even that, been working at a level 9, so an A-double star standard in geography throughout the term. Well done, Michael. So Mr. Mitchell would just like to say to everybody, well done. I'm really impressed, he says, with the standard of politeness shown by the boys I've taught, and I'm sure the teachers share the same thoughts. Little comments about how your day's going, simple please and thank yous have often raised spirits on a dreary day online. And I think that is exactly the kind of politeness that we need to see when we're all back together next week. It is sometimes the little things that matter. The holding opening of doors, the standing up in the class when an adult enters the room, the letting a member of staff pass on the stairs, the eye contact, the pleases, the thank yous, the willingness to listen and understand that if you're being asked to do something, it's not usually for that particular individual's benefit, it's for other people's benefit. And if we can all bring that to the party, then we're going to have a very enjoyable few weeks. So just to remind you that we will be returning to the new normal. I really do hate that phrase, but it's going to be with us for a little longer. We will have the one-way system in place. We will be asking for Year 7 upwards to wear face coverings inside. We will be queuing and having staggered lunch times. We will be having bubbles at playtime and ask you to social distance where possible. We will be doing hand washing throughout the day. We will be sanitising. We will ask you to bring in your own water bottle. And above all else, you can help by bringing the following: kindness, consideration for others, patience, tolerance, generosity, good listening, and the ability to be a good friend and a good part of our team. And those things cost nothing. But if everyone does them, then this will be a very, very happy school for the next 3 weeks. On behalf of all of the staff here at Kingswood House, I'm really looking forward to seeing you on Monday morning. Have a great weekend and see you on Monday.